Good morning, everyone. Bright and early. About to do like my first track workout in many moons. Let's go. Did I chug? I ran like a mile here, but did I chug a bottle of water and eat like a single dried apricot before leaving my house? Yeah. So we're not, we're in top form, really. A Nike swoosh to start off the day. So I just ran a mile here, easy. I did 3 400s at 7-minute mile pace, which is extremely fast for me. And I like walked a little bit in between. Now I'm running a slow mile back. There's gotta be some kind of workout, right? I gotta brush up my knowledge. Also, I know this doesn't technically fall in with the climber girl playing this vlog, but I'm doing it anyway, so I might as well milk it for more YouTube content. Hello everyone. Despite the pitch black darkness outside, it is only 5:45 p.m. My face looks like an egg. And we're headed to REI to get some climbing shoes. I was excited for daylight savings time because it gets lighter early and I'm up early, but the fact that it's dark and I've like just finished work is really already like my energy levels are so like comically, I'm just so sleepy. I'm a sleepy girl and it's like 6 p.m. and I'm ready to like tuck myself in bed for the day. So we're feeling cozy today, but I gotta force myself out because it's not a life to just wake up and work and then immediately watch Interview with a Vampire again until I fall asleep at like 8 p.m. There's so many options. We got the goods, baby! And it took much less time than I thought it would, which is nice. And for once, the people at REI, it was this nice guy who did not make me feel like I was a total know-nothing dumbass amateur. Because I could say, yes, I've climbed before, and he was like, well, that's more than some people I service. We got the haul here. Let's go, boys. I spent $175, which was not my budget for the month, but at this point, probably cheaper than renting stuff every single time I climb. So of course we have the refillable chalk sock, America's #1 climbing chalk. To clarify, I don't know the quality of anything. This is like totally out of my wheelhouse, so I'm just going off of vibes, really, what I saw in REI. Maybe not the best plan, but whatever. So we have the chalk sock. We have the chalk bag. This was $20, which I definitely could have gotten it cheaper and something cuter, probably ordered online. But that's the price you pay for impulse purchases. And also it has a little zipper action here. I asked for like a cute one for a friend's Secret Santa anyway, so hopefully we'll be, revamping this one. It's always good to have an extra anyway. And on to the main event. I got the Kira shoes, and I have smaller feet, so it is the 37.5 size. Let me do that. Clearly I'm not an unboxing expert, but we have them here. And they're really cute. I like them. I like the blue color. very own climbing shoes. Now, obviously, I'm not going to film myself in my bare feet wearing these because there are freaks on the internet. But I'll try them on. I'll clop around in my hooves. Look at these bad boys on my super dirty rug. Ignore that. But I like them. I mean, they're as comfortable as climbing shoes can be, I guess. But I guess I'll have to try them out, I think, tomorrow. I think that's going to be the plan. Wednesday, 6:15. Today at work was a long day. Like a 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. kind of long day. So I'm ready to release the bad juju, put on my new climbing shoes, use my new chalk bag, which is probably getting the inside of my backpack like super messed up, but here we are. I finally came to the gym at a weird off time where no one's around, so I'm not embarrassed to talk to the camera and actually film. I also really freaking love my shoes so much, but they're still pretty new, so they're still like a little rock hard, but we're breaking them in. We have our chalk bag interaction with my chalky hands. I find that I really like climbing with other people more than I like climbing alone. I think because of the time you have to wait in between climbs, it's just easier for me to while away the hours chatting with people, but also it is kind of nice to just go wherever I want and do whatever I want. So while I have a couple climbs up on screen, I thought I'd chat a little bit about how I got into it, how I've been finding climbing overall. This climb in particular was my warm-up, not my finest work, but we move on. So I've only been climbing for a couple months. My friend introduced me to it, but I've been really interested in it for a while. And now I have access to a gym, which I didn't have before, so it's been a fun time. I find the culture of climbing to be really intriguing, at least in the area where I go, because I feel like the climbers are kind of split evenly between kids who could probably beat me up and are just hanging from the ceiling upside down by their toes. Then there's the section of, a lot of these are like older guys in like cargo shorts who look like they've tent camped their entire life, like could kill a bear. And then the remainder are like tech bros or tech people. So it's a really interesting mix. But I find the whole thing really comical, and at first I was kind of, self-conscious about being a novice, especially when I had the rented shoes, rented equipment scenario. But everyone's kind of in their own space, doing their own thing, and it's not really judgmental at all. People are just working on their own projects, so it's kind of fun. It's a good environment. I'm still very much a beginner. I'm really only starting to try V2s, but I've been just climbing like the V0s, V1s at my gym, and I've only been bouldering. I haven't done any rope stuff. We'll get to that soon. But I found what's worked for me is getting some basic tips from friends who already knew how to climb. Things like you can use the wall, you're allowed to use the wall, or you want to keep your arms straight as much as possible, or other cues like that, just to remind yourself, because I think a lot of movements don't come intuitively. So if you have those cues to know the basics of where to start with technique, and all the tools you have at your disposal, like swinging your body weight, especially if you're short like I am and you can't reach over things, I think learning those basics is really good. I've also found that it's helped me a lot to down climb as much as I can. Once I, send a certain route, down climbing multiple times to kind of learn where your feet go, get more comfortable balancing and using your legs a lot more than you think you have to. I find down climbing is very helpful for that. And also practicing falling. This is a huge one. There's a lot of times where you can reach something, but a little bit of fear in your brain shuts you off. But if you practice falling, you know how to fall. You know you're not going to break your back
if you fall from like 5 feet up, then that opens up a lot of space for you. And also, really important, rest between attempts. Like, you don't want to be going endurance for like 5 minutes straight, which is something hard for me coming from like a more running background, where it's like, yeah, you can work for like 2 minutes, then you might want to sit down for 10 minutes. Like, that's very foreign to me. But those are all things that have helped me mildly improve. Just kind of climbing a couple times a week, hopefully getting more as the winter progresses. But that's kind of been my experience so far, and it's really fun. And also, the climbing gym has yoga and weights, so it's nice.
But I was just like flying. And though I will say that was very last
Ooh, yeah, Carol. Look at proud me.